Good morning. Today is very fresh, not hot. I just want to show everyone what I do in the lemon tree. Today I do on cutting the tree, like make new tree, but I select only trees a lot fruit first, and I will show. I will show example. I will select the lemon tree. Which one is a lot fruit? It's like this one, right? I just make the new tree. But I cannot. I try to make new tree with the tree have fruit, a lot fruit like this. It's good because when people buy in this farm and when they grow at home, they can see lemon very quick and a lot fruit like it's mother tree. I will call mother tree. One. See one already that I can do. Only one, only one branch. I'm work late today. Oh my God. I forget food for Oliver. Chúcก่อนจุ๊บคิดสวัสดีค่ะเอาไป next station take lemon to customer 2 kilogram.
So today we're doing a bit of delivery. Patnaree's got full trees to deliver today, so that's what we're doing. So I'm just loading them in. At the moment she's just doing watering the trees. So they're not that heavy. So yeah, always busy, always doing something. So that's that. Yeah. Right, I just want to show you this tree. So this tree is commonly known, I think, as like the golden trumpet. So much nature in this tree. Beautiful flowers all year. But it attracts bees, butterflies, everything. Beautiful. Birds. Yeah, there's everything in this tree. And in the morning, there's chocolate. Hello, chocolate. Say hello to everybody. Yeah. In the morning, I sit here on my coffee and I look at that tree, listen to that tree. Might be able to hear the birds. That's wonderful. So, a few things to do today. We've got deliver the trees, and then I'm going to go and look at some new gigs. You can see all the paint has come off, right? So I'll get plastic ones next time. And yeah, I've also got an idea that I'm going to show later on in the video. Alright, so next time you see us, we'll be at the post office. These are going by the post office. Sometimes they go in the post, sometimes they go via carry. It just depends where they're going and how big the actual parcel is. So, yeah. Alright, catch you later.
I think you carry better.
Okay. Here we are at the post office.
Yeah, I need David help me because tree is heavy. Very heavy. Go to Rayong.
Slave.
Worker.
No salary.
Free worker. Worker free salary. And worker have to pay me every month to work for free. And have to give money boss too. How much? 50?
Fine.
Okay. 50 baht. Yeah, I understand farmer. Not expensive. If you are a farmer, you will know so hard to work in the farm for minute water. Daytime is hot. Put fertilizer so hard for job for farm. It's called farmer job. And from now when I go to buy something or tree that I never say discount for me. Yeah, before I say like that, oh, discount for me please, like that. But after I work full farm, I am a farmer. I never talk with the farmer about, oh, discount for me, because I understand it's hard to grow. Everything costs money.
right, so I can see it, but it's not clear. So 7, 2, 6, 4, 7, 8, 3.
สายตาน่าจะเริ่มแล้วเพราะว่าข้างนี้
Okay, so 7, 2, 6, 4, 7, 9, 3.
โอเค
But it's not clear. This is clear.
อ๋อ
That's not so clear.
I show her too. She beautiful. That people can see
There you
her.
go. That's super clear. All right.
เป็น
So
ไงบ้างคะตอนนี้
3, 8,
สายตา
7, 5, 2, 6, 4.
โอเค เขาบอกว่าเคลียร์
โอเคคุณพ่ออายุเท่าไหร่คะคุณแม่ตอนนี้
You like I cannot see now. Like
มองใกล้นะ
I own already. Cannot read the book.
Morning, everybody. How are you doing? So, Monday. Got my t-shirt on. Oh, it's on face cam. Yeah, I've got my t-shirt on. Right, okay. I have a plan. All right. So my plan, this particular tree, you see everywhere in Thailand. Right. It's called Golden Trumpet, and Thais were encouraged during the last king's reign to plant them because they're yellow, right? But they attract all sorts of nature, the birds, butterflies, bees. Honestly, you can sit, when they're grown, you can sit and watch them for hours. There's loads of wildlife that is attracted by them. And they grow very quickly. So when you're driving along the road, you'll see them all the time. In people's gardens, by the roadside, etc. Right, so I have a plan. What is that plan? I'll show you later. But first of all, I want to show you this. So, here we go. This is a road that was built, I think it was last year. It's just a dirt road, right? But that goes out to the main road that goes through the town, right? And it also goes into the town, so quite easy. And that was built by the local local government. Here you've got the school, Oliver's high school there, when he goes to high school. And this is a potato field which is next to our farm. I would love to own this, but can't afford it. Anyway, so we've got 2 access points, there and there. Hope you didn't go dizzy there. Right, now we were made aware last year when they built this particular road that they're going to build another road which goes at the back of our farm. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I call it the back, right? Now this is good news for us. I'll explain why in a moment. So there's the side of the farm where the fence is. I always say this is the back of the farm. All right, why am I saying it's the back of the farm? Because there, hold on, saying that is the back of the farm is because on the opposite side, where maybe you can see Patnaree in the distance there, that's where we're going to build the house. So essentially that will be front of farm, right? So anyway, going back to the road. This is the back of the farm. Now, if you remember in previous videos, this side of the farm, after the soil backfill, we did suffer a little bit of soil erosion. Now, we didn't put a fence there on purpose, and I'll explain why. And it was something to do with the road. Also, it was put up during the rain season, and we could see the soil erosion. So I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but if I put my foot down, right, oops, you can see basically, hopefully, where that lemon tree is there. All around here is little channels of soil erosion. So there's about 4 channels there. So that brings me to that red post there. And if you can see in our neighbour's field over the river, they put more red posts. So they put a post over there. Let me get closer. Post on that side and a post on this side. They're going to build a road all the way through, and this is the post that they've marked out. Now, they've not taken any of our land because they would have to pay for it. And why would they have to pay for it? Well, this is bought off, I think they call it bought off 5, right? Land. So government land, they can take that. They don't get any compensation. However, this has got a red chinook. So, sorry neighbour, on the opposite side, they've had to kind of do that with the road. Oops, shaking. So it kind of bends that way when it reaches our land, because they don't want to pay us any money. However, why is this a great thing? Because when they dig out this road, it's not a great view there, but when they dig out this road, this is not a bad view, right, down there, right, you can see down there, this dips. So they're going to have to dig all that out. And if I tip them a few bob, right, they'll put that soil back here. And then my plan is to put concrete pots all the way along the edge, right, fill those up with cement, and that then should stop any erosion. And of course, all the soil that they put back, I can put in like down here where all the erosion has happened. And this is why we planted the trees. I'll go over here, maybe you can see. At the back, we purposely planted the trees so it goes in a little bit, and that fence at the back, right, is right on the post which marks the land. So we did have a few questions at the beginning. Why are you not going right up to the edge? That will help with the erosion, and that's probably true. But you can see here, our neighbours, this is going to disappear. We've overfilled by about, I don't know, maybe a metre, right? But just there, you'll see, hopefully through those weeds, you'll see the red post, and just get rid of that. Right. So basically, you'll see the red post there, hopefully, right? And here's the fence. So I would say that's gone in a couple of feet. All right, we've done that on purpose because we knew they're going to build the road. So we're going to have 3 access points to our farm. That's great, isn't it? Right? Now they put that post in on the weekend, so that means they're getting ready to do it. And they have said they're going to concrete it. So, but the thing is, at the back, or at the side, where the red post is over there, there's a clong. So, gonna have to build a little bridge, concrete bridge. So we'll have access from over there, and we can come in this way, or we'll have access this way, or access from the main road. So that's all right, isn't it? Freebie. We like things that are free. Now, I have a plan. I think farm phase 2 is good, it's doing well. Phase 2 is the planting and, you know, subsequent year. Trees are growing very well. Fruit is happening. I would suspect this time next year, this will be, most of these trees will be twice the size and a lot more fruit coming off. Patnaree is making a little bit of money now. So for me, phase 2, done. Phase 3, this is where I think my hobby, these little things, right? These little bees. Got to be careful, I'm wearing a black shirt. You don't like black. They're okay with clear coloured, white coloured or bright colour, but dark colours they don't like. So this is where phase 3 comes in. Phase 3. I'm going to take you back somewhere we've been before. So let me get there and then I'll explain my idea. But bear in mind those, what we call yellow trumpet trees. Okay. So back in a mo. So going back to those trumpet trees, got an idea, right? If you remember, you can see behind me here, those are eucalyptus, right? Let's just do a quick tour. And here they keep cows. He keeps cows here, right? So there's no farming here, it's just eucalyptus. All right, now eucalyptus, they have flowers, little tiny flowers, right? So bear that in mind. And here, if you remember, starting here, where this post is, all right? This is one right of land that we've got. And here's my idea. I'm going to put about, once I've cleared all around the side and all around the back, it's like a 2 metre plus wall, right? So let's go over here. Okay. See a little squirrel over there. Just over there you can see that wall there. It's easy 2-3 meters. All right. And this is all overgrown with eucalyptus. Right, seeds have propagated. So that just needs clearing, and it's just about awry. And I'm thinking, build a wall, say 2 meters, or a fence, 2 meters at the front, down by the side over there, right? And plant about 200 of these yellow trumpet flowers. And this is where I will put my apiary for my bees. So kind of separate from the farm. We don't have to worry too much about, even though we spray organically, we don't have to worry too much about the bees. At the moment, my wife, Patnaree, she's worried about the bees every time she sprays, even though it's organic. Touch wood, so far we've had no issues. Now, so I'm going to plant 200, maybe a few more, because they do grow very big, of these trumpet trees. They flower all year, all through the rain season, all through the dry season. Plus, you've got, around this area, you've got rubber trees, you've got these eucalyptus trees. A bit further down that way, they do grow potato, but not on a grand scale. But this will be perfect for the bees, and planting those trees there will be perfect. So which bees am I going to do? I'm going to do the bigger bees. Let me pull this down because it'll appear then. Right, so I'm going to do the bigger bees because they produce more honey. So how much is all this going to cost me? Well, we've got the land. It'll probably cost me, I don't know, a couple of thousand to clear. Maybe for a fence, 10, 20,000. And the trees, they're 10 a penny. They're cheap as, they're like less than $1 each, right? And you can also buy the seeds for the trees. And the seeds are like 500 seeds, they're like 40 baht. So I might even try and propagate my own through the seeds, right? But they literally grow about 2 meters a year. They're huge. So I'm thinking, if I plant 200 in there, right, that's going to cost nothing, right? So let's say the seeds cost me 500 baht, all right? That's not a lot, is it? It's just over $10. It's about, I don't know, say $15, right? The land we've got, the fence about 10,000, clearing it, I'm going to say it'd probably be less, but let's say 2,000, 3,000, right? So we're looking at a total of, say 30,000 baht, including the fence, right? Put the trees in, let them grow for a year, maybe 2, and then start putting bees in there. And I'm going to use the big bees because the big bees give me about 2 litres of honey every year. And 1 litre of that honey, stingless bee honey, is around about, well, I've seen it average, right? So some sellers sell it direct to other honey sellers, and you will get about 800 baht a litre, right? If you sell it direct to the customer, you could get easily 1,000 baht a litre for stingless bee honey. And if you don't know about stingless bee honey, go and check it out. The medicinal properties in stingless bee honey far outweigh honeybees, right? And that's why, two reasons why it's so expensive. One is the fact that they produce so little, right? And the other is it's very difficult to export, right? So if you do buy it abroad, it's not pure. They've had to heat it up, warm it up, and that kills a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for? Antibacterial qualities of stingless bee honey. So when you buy it in America or the UK, it's not pure stingless bee honey, right? But even then, it's super expensive. So if you go on Amazon and type in stingless bee honey, for a little jar, I've seen it like $150, right? Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to make $150. That would be crazy. I can only sell in Thailand. But for a little jar, I can sell it easy for 500-600 baht. If I'm going to do a litre, that is over 1,000 baht, right? And it sells very, very well. There are people that have contacted me through the channel and said, oh, I see you have stingless bees. Do you have stingless bee honey, right? So I've had people contact me and say, yeah, I see you got stingless bees. Can I buy you honey? I don't have enough. So, business plan number 2. I think I'm going to turn this one rye into an apiary, right? I think it'll be okay. In terms of safety, it's in a very quiet area, this. Nobody comes up here, really. It's a great place to build a house, this. If I didn't have a farm, this would be a beautiful place to build a house. Very quiet. Very close to the main road, very close to the centre, if you like. But just set back enough to be quiet. It's lovely. And you can see it's surrounded, literally surrounded by nature, really. So that's the plan. I don't know what you think, guys. The most expensive part of this plan will be the bees. Now, there's a couple of ways I can approach this. I can buy the bees. That would be anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 baht a hive, depending on the size of the hive, etc. Right? Or I can buy, say, 10 and split every year, just split the hive. So 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 40, and so on, right? That might take a bit of time. So I might have to do a compromise and say buy 100 hives and then every year split. But one tree, one hive. So let's do the math. They produce on average, the lower end, 2 litres per year per hive, right? So let's say I have 200 trees, 400 litres, 1,000 baht a litre, it's 400,000 baht a year. Then you've got the other side of the business, right? Selling it direct to customers, etc. If I only sell it in the little jars, I don't know, you could probably make, instead of 1,000 baht a litre, you could probably make 2,000 baht a litre. But that's in the future. You have to build your brand, right? So I'm thinking, and as I always do, the bare minimum 2 litres per year, 200 hives, that's 400,000. Now, that's about 30,000, 35,000 a month. You could live off that. So maybe if you are a foreigner wanting to come out here and you don't want to do farming but you'd like something, that's not a bad little side hustle, as we call it, isn't it? A side hustle. With very little work. I mean, what would I have to do? You know, I would have to make sure that the grass is kept relatively low, not too low. You don't have to overcut the grass with bees. You've got to make sure that there's a water source. Well, there's a water source there in my neighbour's land, right? And in the wet season, that fills right up. So you've got to make sure that they've got plenty of food, nectar, pollen. Well, those trumpet trees, they'll produce all that. Then I cross the road and I've got God knows how many rye here. It must be at least 15 rye of eucalyptus. Then I go down here, there's a huge mango tree there. Plus, next to that, there's another 15 rye of eucalyptus. So my neighbours are kindly producing a lot of food for what potentially would be my apiary. So what do you think, guys? Let me know. I mean, I think it's a genius idea. We did look at selling this land, right? Here we go, turn this round. We did look at selling this land, or even the possibility of building a house ourselves on this land. But even though it's got a red chinook, yeah, we'd sell it eventually. But as you guys know, we've lived in Thailand for a long time. Selling land can take a long time, or it can take 5 minutes. So I'm more inclined to use it and make money out of it, right? It's an easy little business. The lemon farm's doing okay now. That's producing, that's developing as planned. I think moving on to this would be a good idea. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. If you are new to this channel, by the way, it'd be great if you could subscribe. Patnaree appreciates every subscription. And yeah, apparently I'm supposed to say, if you're watching on a mobile phone, press the hype button if it's there, because apparently that pushes it as well. So thanks for all the new subscribers since the last video, quite a few. Welcome aboard. You're welcome to ask any questions. We'll always do our bit to answer. And if you want to contact Patnaree about trees, lemon trees, or coming to visit the farm, I'll leave, like at the end card, I'll leave a phone number. A phone number is also in the information below, but please bear in mind, any sales, anything like that, that goes through Patnaree, not me. All right, so, and in the next video, I've got some information about comfrey, so look forward to that. Ciao for now, see you again soon.